At CNN, amid renewed debate over gun control after the school shooting in Florida, House Speaker Paul Ryan is arguing that now is not the time to wage political battles. At Jack the Soviet, I am told when the Doig report comes out it will have everyone on the 5th, 6th, and 7th floors packing their bags. At Eric Garland, Rick Gates close to plea deal with Mueller. Former Trump campaign advisor Rick Gates is finalizing a plea deal with Special Counsel Robert Mueller's office, indicating he is poised to cooperate in the investigation, according to sources.
President Trump's former right-hand man says things in the West Wing were 50 times what you've heard. And his former chief strategist is still not telling lawmakers what they want to hear, but he is talking to Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has new details on that tonight. Catherine?
Well, thank you, Brett. A source close to the matter confirmed to Fox News that the former White House chief strategist was interviewed by the special counsel this week. Steve Bannon also testified behind closed doors today in front of the House Intelligence Committee. Committee members voiced frustration after Bannon invoked executive privilege on behalf of President Trump.
There were 25 questions that the White House authorized him to answer. He answered each of those. He would not go beyond those questions in any of his answers, and that's frustrating to those of us in the committee. So we have further steps to take, and we will be taking those.
Fox News confirms that late last night, White House counsel Don McGahn sent a letter to Capitol Hill explaining why executive privilege covers the transition. That was not enough for the committee's ranking Democrat, who claims Bannon's in contempt and his privilege claim is overly broad and unsustainable.
We cannot permit a situation where the White House is allowed to script self-serving and misleading questions.
Asked about the Democrats' counter memo
Islamic
about
State sympathizers go on trial in Berlin. News DW 15:2.2018.
As he walked away from reporters' Brett.
And Catherine, what are we learning from this new interview from the former White House chief of staff?
Well, in the wide-ranging interview published by Vanity Fair, former White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus describes a president who is afraid of no one, the media insanity, and the behind-the-scenes drama. Quote, "Take everything you've heard," Priebus said, "and multiply it by 50. On FBI Director James Comey, Priebus says he knew the May 2017 firing would be a political mistake. As they watched the nonstop media coverage unfold, Bannon apparently exploded with anger. Quote, "There's not an effing thing you can do to sell this," Bannon shouted at the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. "Nobody can sell this. P.T. Barnum couldn't sell this." Priebus also reports President
Florida
Trump
teen charged with
addressed Dan
17
Attorney
murder
General
counts
Jeff
in school
Sessions,
attack France
claiming his
24.
recusal for the special counsel appointment. Priebus describes a dramatic chain of events where he ran down to the West Wing parking lot, got in Sessions' black sedan, and urged him not to quit. Quote, I dragged him back up to my office from the car. The Vice President, Mike Pence, and Bannon came in, and we started talking to him to the point where he decided that he would not resign right then. Justice Department today had no comment on the allegations, Brett.
Okay, Captain, thank you.
You're welcome.
As I was going down the stairs, I heard a couple shots fired. Everyone was freaking out, saying that it was a gun. And as we were walking, the whole class together, I actually was speaking to the suspect, Nicholas Cruz. And as I was speaking to him, he seemed very... I don't know what
South African lawmakers elect Cyril Ramaphosa as President France 24.
Middle school, so I kind of joked to him about it and said, I'm surprised you weren't the one who did it. And he just gave me a
This earnings full year sales at 89.8 billion Swiss francs. The year is 90.097 billion francs expected.
Yes, sir, with him.
Weren't you scared?
In the moment I wasn't, because there was obviously definitely another shooter involved. But
Oh, you think he was not the only one?
no.
The globalists are losing, but they're doubling down their attacks. There's one thing they fear, and it's people power. InfoWars has defeated their censorship so far only because of you spreading the links, spreading the articles, subscribing, clicking the notification buttons, and getting the articles and videos out. But they are intensifying their censorship, so now it's more important than ever to ensure we keep the First Amendment alive and well right here in America and free speech worldwide. So from Australia to countries in Africa, to Europe, to Mexico, to right here in the USA, I salute you all for taking action and defending free speech. We will prevail.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are resistance.
Welcome to War Room. I'm your host, Owen Schroyer, and we have been monitoring the details as they're breaking with the Florida shooting. This is something that's not fun to cover. It's not fun to try to get all these details and then report on them, especially when you know people are going to say you're crazy, even though you're just reporting on eyewitness testimonies. This is just what we have to do, because you'll notice that mainstream media, and I won't criticize Fox because at least some hosts over there are still on the Vegas shooting.
Deeply talks the future of Syria's female Syria deeply.
What happens tonight on Fox News if they choose to report on the videos that we are going to air here today that indicate multiple shooters, at least eyewitness reports of multiple shooters at the Florida shooting, including one testimony of a senior at Marjorie Stoneman High saying that she was actually leaving the scene or fleeing the scene while there was a shooting happening, and she was next to Cruz, who was not shooting. So here's this eyewitness testimony, who was walking with Cruz.
Students ban offensive Valentine's Day. Lex Jones info hours there is a warrant for your mind.
I actually was in the bathroom at the moment, and I came back to my classroom and I knocked on the door, and the fire alarm went off, and the principal came on the speaker and just said, everyone needs to evacuate right now. So that's what we did. As I was
Syria
going down
2018, the major issues for the year ahead. Syria deeply.
everyone was freaking out, saying that it was a gun. And
Pause it right there. See, this is why this is so difficult.
Business News Markets reports and financial news from Sky News.
And then you cross-reference it with everything else you're hearing. You connect dots and you find out that something doesn't add up. Like, for example, she's saying she's knocking on the door before the fire alarm.
Facebook has creepy history of you, Alex Jones info hours there, so we're on for your mind.
Before they even had the code red, which was
the new Genesis how to save humanity, Alex Jones info hours there, so we're on for your mind.
Evacuate if there was a shooter going on. So again, I'm not saying she's lying. I mean,
the cheapest and most expensive countries to mine Bitcoin.
You try to absorb all of this information, and some of it doesn't make sense, and it's like, well, what does that mean? So let's go back to her witness account.
Us together, I actually was speaking to the suspect, Nicholas Cruz. And as I was speaking to him, he seemed very... I don't know what the word I want to say is, but
now you could road race and win from your living room wired.
So I kind of joked to him about it and said, I'm surprised you weren't the one who did it. And he just gave me a So that's really what happened.
You were walking down the hall, he had already fired at that time.
Yes, sir, with him.
Weren't you scared?
In the moment I wasn't.
Nicholas Cruz, what we know about trouble Florida shooting suspect.
Shooter involved. But
oh, you think he was not the only one?
No, definitely not.
Why do you say that?
All right, so bring that down. We're gonna cover more of this obviously throughout the show, and we'll play these clips throughout the show too.
India's federal agency probing money laundering in bank fraud case.
I mean, I'm in no man's land with this. Because again, just like the Vegas shooting, nothing adds up. And you don't want to report the wrong thing, you don't want to say the wrong thing, you don't want to offend anybody, you just have to report what you're seeing. Again, if she's walking out of the school, fleeing the scene with Nick Cruz, just after the alarm went off, then you would say it wasn't even him. But everyone thought it was him.
Adam Schiff can't stop lying, Alex Jones info hours there, so we're on for your mind.
Arrested, he doesn't seem to be fighting it.
Nicholas Cruz, what we know about trouble Florida shooting suspect.
It's very tragic, so we just try to sort out and find out what's real.
Germany has new gov. There are fears that years of fiscal discipline could be ending.
So those are the sights and sounds from a recording inside the school yesterday.
Number of crypto hedge funds soars amid Bitcoin volatility.
Shooting in Parkland, Florida.
Bitcoin tops $10,200 as cryptocurrencies extend rally.
We've got multiple eyewitnesses reporting multiple shooters. You've got what seems to be the perfect patsy in Nicholas Cruz. Now they're coming in.
Hold up, I'm looking around. I can't believe I found this. Number of crypto hedge funds soars amid hash Bitcoin volatility. Would you just look at this? Gosh. The number of hedge funds focused on trading cryptocurrencies more than doubled in the 4 months to February 15th, despite sharp falls in the value of the virtual coins in recent weeks. Data from fintech research house Autonomous Next showed on Thursday. The firm recorded a record high of 226 global hedge funds with such a strategy, up from 110 global hedge funds as of October 18th. That itself was up from 55 funds at August 29th and just 37 at the start of 2017. Assets under management equal between $3.05 and $5 billion, according to the firm. The surge in funds comes at a volatile time for the cryptocurrency they trade in. After hitting a record high close to $20,000 in December, Bitcoin 70% of its value to slip below $6,000 in January, posting its worst monthly performance in 3 years. Bitcoin has since recovered some of those falls, but at just below $10,000 is still only worth around half what it was a month ago. Bitcoin tops $10,200 as cryptocurrencies extend hash rally. I was sifting through some things and I found this. Bitcoin jumped above $10,000 Thursday for the first time in 2 weeks, as other major cryptocurrencies climbed and regulatory fears subsided. The cryptocurrency climbed 8% above $10,200 in early afternoon trading, New York time on CoinGlss, the largest U.S. marketplace for buying major cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin also topped $10,200 on CoinDesk's Bitcoin price index, recovering more than $4,000 after dipping below $6,000 last Tuesday. A number of other major cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin, were also higher Thursday. On Wednesday, Litecoin got a major boost from news that a payments processor for the digital asset, called LitePay, is set to launch later this month. Bitcoin 30-day performance. In a Thursday report, Fundstrat Global Advisors, Tom Lee said historical performance of Bitcoin bottoms implies new highs by July. This is an interesting perspective. The Syrian war has transformed women's role in the workforce, giving way to opportunities previously reserved for men. As women take on more responsibility and autonomy, for many opportunity does not mean equality. Check this. Turkey recently announced plans to possibly launch an operation on a Kurdish-held enclave in northern Syria. Jasper Fink, a lecturer in international law, assesses whether there is a legal justification for Ankar's potential operation.